i.e., if they did decide to come, we really don't have a chance. Okay, a couple of other ones. Part 3 of the debate. And this might be where there's a lot to be talked about, but before we get into part 3, I want you all to watch a short video. I tried to check this for cursing. I think maybe minor cursing, I'm not sure. But no F-bombs, nothing particularly terrible, I hope.
Turn the lights off.
We're going to restart this. This will be sick.
No, you
And here we go with a sync video into the next one.
Edward, what the hell happened? Hesitated. May I ask why you felt little Tiffany deserved to die?
Well, she was the only one that actually seemed dangerous at the time, sir.
How'd you come to that conclusion?
Well, first I was going to pop this guy hanging from the street light, and then I realized, he's just working out. And how would I feel if somebody come running in the gym, busting my ass while I'm on a treadmill? Then I saw this snarling beast guy, and I noticed he had a tissue in his hand, and I realized, he's not snarling. He's sneezing. Ain't no real threat there. Then I saw little Tiffany. I'm thinking, 8-year-old white girl, middle of the ghetto, bunch of monsters, this time of night with quantum physics books. She's about to start some shit, man. Those books are way too advanced for her. If you ask me, I say she's up to something. And to be honest, I'd appreciate it if you eased up off my back about it. Or do I owe her an apology?
Will Smith and his daring performance in Men in Black in the mid-90s showed us that there's a possibility that tolerance is the aspect that we should take to our alien cousins or whatever. Anyway, the point of it is that there's a possibility that there are aliens that are peaceful. Brett, this is one part that you can fill in for if you need to.
Yeah, Brett.
We're going to go through a quick kind of synopsis of possible theories of alien races that are peaceful. There is an asterisk by the first one because of the new light by people who are talking about it who indicate that they are indeed not peaceful any longer. But the Greys, they are small Neosaurian hominoids which are very prolific and intelligent. They may be the brains of the serpent race. Hold on. We have to start with the serpent race. Talk about the serpent race.
Okay, so this is where the debate is. Supposedly, the Greys are either, one, hybrids with humans, those are the good ones who have morals, that actually want to help us. That's where you'll find the classic wipeout answers about aliens needing to fuse our DNA, right? Maybe you all have heard this argument. It's been passed around quite a bit. However, there's another side to this which says that the Greys are actually stockpiling humans under the earth. There's an entrance in the Denver airport that's supposed to be particularly famous. And so the Greys are actually not peaceful. And in this description, when you're talking about the brains of the reptilian race, it's referring to the alpha-draconians, who, if you search that, those are bad Jews. If you watch Stargate, or no, is it Battlestar Galactica?
When we cover the aliens are evil, the alpha.
Okay. Oh, if you got them, then yeah, that's yeah. I'm good.
Okay.
If you get any more, I'll tell you.
The physical reptoids, the large ones that we'll talk about later, are the physical overlords and are of higher ranking than the Greys. The Greys are logic-based and reportedly operate on base animal survival or predatory instincts, and in most cases are emotionally insensitive to humans. And like other reptilian entities, they feed off of human and animal vital fluids that they use with a liquid protein, which is then absorbed through the skin. Do what? Yes, there are a lot of different theories that they feed off of vital human fluids that they have with a rubbing protein. There are authors who suggest that the way that this happens is they have a system set up to be able to kind of mine that fluid without us really knowing it, and it's sparked off of things like our emotional reactions, the way that we get excited or angry or sad. However, if we're just really calm, they can't really use us. It's kind of like, has anybody ever seen the Animatrix? Amir is the only person who has seen the Animatrix. You're close to my new favorite now because you're the only one who's seen the Animatrix, so that's good. You got that going for you. The idea is that we are shells that are used to produce fuel, and that one of the authors' name is David Icke.
Oh, yeah.
His last name is spelled I-C-K-E if you ever want to do some fabulous research on this. And his indication is that they found a way to try to control us or manipulate our feelings to feed off of that particular life energy or soul energy. This is why those humans seen working with the Greys, which are called drones, have appeared lifeless and emotionless to the people who have seen them. The Greys are also targeted as being extremely deceitful, and although they act on logic, it's logical to use extremely complex forms of deception to bring about their goals. They're the ones that are most commonly thought of whenever we observe alien entities that come out of UFO events, kind of big head, little, gray, short. But there is rumor that they are indeed nice and have no ill wishes toward us and don't want to kill us, that they are more logical. There's also the Pleiadians. They almost look Nordic, or they're referred to as Nordic types of humans, which were colonized by refugees from the former planets. And the Pleiadians were apparently the first humanoid society to develop hyperspace travel. The U.S. government apparently has known how to tap into that hyperspace ever since the 1940s with the Philadelphia experiments. The Pleiadians claim that their technology surpasses our technology by about 3,000 years. And they travel a lot in order to try to colonize other parts of space, etc. But if they've been here since the 40s and haven't killed us off, there's no reason to believe that they're necessarily terrible. A couple of different authors have some different viewpoints about aliens, etc. Donald Goldsmith, who is a PhD in astronomy from Cal Berkeley, says that suppose that the 1,000 stars closest to the sun contain at least one civilization as advanced as ours. This puts the nearest civilization closer to ours than most experts estimate. But even so, the distance amounts to about 300 trillion miles. To imagine other civilizations, if they exist at these distances, would naturally choose to expend their energy and treasure in order to reach our little world requires an astonishing amount of hubris. What that means is that it's going to take a lot for them to get to us. There's no real reason to assume that if they did make it, that they would want to mess with us or kill us or do anything like that, that ultimately we would be kind of insignificant. Expending that much energy to get here to see our beaches or something is probably not going to happen. Whatever fuel they think we might have, they would have to expend quite a bit in order to get here and see that. It's just unlikely that they would want to do anything bad to us. Another author, Fred Koshara, whose qualifications are a computer programmer, says that as we expand into the universe, we can expect to find that there really are no limits to growth in our conceivable future. When we contact alien civilizations, there's a possibility that competition for resources will be encountered, but that also means that there are opportunities for trade which will be much more common. Peaceful coexistence will be a much more believable concept once people realize that it's really an infinite universe. I.e., free trade really does solve everything in the world. There's another benefit to the idea of finding extraterrestrials. That same Carl Sagan that we talked about earlier says that the realization that such being exists would have a striking implication. Whatever differences divide us down here on Earth are trivial compared to the differences between us and any of the alien races. The discovery of extraterrestrial intelligence might play a role in unifying our squabbling and divided planet. It would be the last of the great demotions, a rite of passage for our species, and a transforming event in the ancient quest to discover our place in the universe. So, in comparison to the Brookings Institution, which indicates we would just freak out, this one says we would actually not be quite so mean to each other. Maybe we wouldn't be racist, sexist, any number of things, if we just knew that our species was in fact not the top of the planet in some capacity. So we got that going for us. That's the hopeful one. That's optimism. That's what we really have to go for here. The other side is part 4. Maybe they're mean and we don't stand a chance. The existence of this is the alpha-draconians, which are the reptiles that Brett was describing earlier, who are larger and much more physical. They have colonies on a planet called alpha-draconis. Like all reptilians, they claim to have originated on Earth thousands of years ago, a fact that they used to justify their attempt to retake Earth for their own. They apparently are a major part of a planned invasion, which is eventually turning from covert infiltration mode to overt invasion mode as the window of opportunity starts to close very soon. Essentially, they have imperial agendas to take us over, kill us, enslave us, make us into different types of things. They're just not nice. They're really not nice. And they aren't going to do a nice thing to us whenever they get here, or so the experts say. A couple of different people have commented on this. Paul Halpern, who's a professor in the Department of Mathematics, Physics, and Computer Science at the University of the Sciences in Philadelphia, said that for all the clashes between world nations, the situation between terrestrials and aliens would be far more volatile. Earth dwellers, be they from Africa, Europe, Asia, or America, have many more commonalities than difference. As members of the same species, we harbor the same needs and desires. However, extraterrestrials, if they happen to be intelligent, would presumably possess a radically dissimilar attributes, very different from us, and that could lead to a lot of different difficulties and hostilities. That same author says that there's also the possibility that we would lose the value of life, because even if they were benevolent and mutually nice contact, there would still be grave dangers for humans. We might be so humbled by their greater mental and physical capacities that we would lose our resolve. We might feel like children in comparison. If the masquerade of human mastery of the universe were to end, there is danger that the resulting loss of pride could wholly rob our species of its sense of destiny and purpose, i.e., we're no longer that awesome.
Who was that author?
Paul Halpern. He wrote a book called The Quest for Alien Planets. You can find that quote and a quote before it on pages XV